Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks with Black Nike. And today's episode is all about heavy tanks and well actually only one heavy tank, the WZ-11114. Wow, that's a lot of ones. And well, a lot of 400 to 500 damage rolls. And well, this tank's actually not that good. This tank's a big surprise. I didn't know what was happening with my timer there, but something at least. This tank doesn't have really that much armor. This tank doesn't have anything to defend itself against artillery except, well, hills. Unless you're in a tier 10 game with a Conqueror gun carriage, then even the hills aren't of any use. The gun though is fantastic. It's a 130mm gun that fires normal AP shells and, if I'm correct, heat shells for premium shells. But the normal shells have a average damage, as well as the heat shells, of 490. Although the penetration isn't that clear to me, and there's a lot of things that, well, need to be considered, as well as the aiming time and dispersion of the gun. But overall this gun's well, about the best gun on tier 9 for heavy tanks that you can have. It does a ton of damage, and when it fires it's most likely going to penetrate, and you'll see that happening quite a lot in this battle already, especially since it's a tier 10 game. But yeah, this tank's, well, its weaknesses are also its strong points. It only has 120mm of frontal armor. And oh, hold on a second, let me just put a shot into him. He disappeared, but that actually penetrated. You'll see it when he is coming out of spotting again. Oh, there he is. See, as you can see, he lost some hit points. That one hit and it set him, didn't set him on fire. Although he wished he didn't do that. And that's another shot into him. Well, that's just about finishes him off. And yeah, this is where I make a slight mistake. Super Persian, I want to put a shot into him. Oh, not yet though. Jagdpanzer 100, do not forget about him. He's going to be a real pain in the ass. As you can see, he just fired. And something hit me there. I guess that was the Object 704. I used my repair kit to repair my trucks and get out of the way for eventual second shots. Team. Well, they're wondering about what the E100 actually is doing. There's a Jagdpanzer E100 also there, far south. And well, I'm here because I do have the speed and maneuverability. It's a heavy tank. It's sluggish if you compare it to a medium tank, but it does a total speed of 51 kilometers per hour. So that 120mm of frontal armor isn't really that useful in a gunfight. You will see that happening soon. Yeah, we've got some tanks that are keeping up here. And we set the AMX CDC, the second one that came over and tried to do that, on fire. And that's another shot into him, a low damage roll. 40 below average, but yeah, well, he didn't penetrate me and I don't really care about it then anymore. I shouldn't have moved, I should just have fired instantly, but Super Pershing did fire a gold shell into me there. Although we couldn't see it at the time. I had mods where I could see what type of shell was fired at me, and some of those were gold shells. But I'm not alone here. I've still got that T-34 and M103 backing me up. Although I'm the one actually getting hit right now. But T-34 is actually taking a risk there, again. And suddenly, the Super Pershing starts moving forward, put a shot into him. He doesn't get a damaging shot into me. Although I might be wrong there. But you guys will probably notice it. And that's the IS-8 gone. He actually put another damaging shot into me, although it was a low damage roll. The IS-8 with the 122mm gun is still pretty dangerous, although it does miss a bit of the punch that this tank gets. And the IS-8 doesn't really have the armor, too. And, well, it's... the WZ-11114 and the IS-8 are quite similar in that part. This though surprised me. A shot straight over my rear. I guess that was the the Object 704 firing at me and missing and hitting the wreck. M103 and T-34 moving up now too, although they're not able to keep up with me. And since we've got an IS-8 in the cap, the Object 704 already started turning around, and well, that made my approach here a bit less dangerous. Although, if he didn't, I would have been dead already. But, well, I get to finish off 2 more tanks. And you might have seen already that I got the high caliber medal. This game though was one of my ace tanker badges, and when I honestly had learned how to play this tank, that I only played these kind of games. I didn't really just play 1 or 2 of them, but a lot, and that was 1 damage speed above my average, so that's about my average damage that I dealt to that Jagdpanzer 100, or as some call it, Jägeru. And at this point, this match is just about over for me, and you can see that the 51 kilometers per hour isn't going to give me the advantage to get to that. Whoa, T-34 has 1 health left. I didn't really actually notice that before. But the Object 704 is already dead, almost dead. And even the Badget isn't going to be able to catch up with them, killing the object. That finishes off that match. Seems my transition there was a bit off, so... yeah, well, second match, Ruinberg Winter, and another tier 10 game. It seems as though this tank excels in tier 10 matches. And I didn't show you guys any stats, but links to the statistics will be down below. There's already been quite a lot of downloads. Well, quite a lot. A few downloads on these 2 replays, because WZ-11114's replays with ace tanker badges and high caliber aren't that often shown, because, well, ace tanker badge on this tank might not be as hard as someone might expect it to be. Mostly because a lot of the players don't actually know how to play this tank. Sometimes it's still a wonder if I get to know how to really play this tank, because a lot of the shots that do not bounce should actually be able to bounce in my perspective. Dangerous shot there. I could have hit the Badget too. Oh, autoloader there. And it seems he's not going to take the risk of going in front of my 130mm gun, even though I'm reloading. T-124. Yeah, this game is pretty much catchy. Well, not catchy, it's pokey. With tier 10 autoloader. And T-124, although he's not really pokey with me. Oh, E75. Always well done. He misses, but I do a staggering 541 damage with my first shot that actually hits. Because the first shot that I fired didn't actually hit. I do not really pay that much attention at a certain point, because, well, I'm now on my own at this corner. Although behind me are 2 E100s. Oh no, an E100 and an Object 263. Oh no, What? What's the other tank there? Can't even see it. And as you can see, I wasn't paying attention. Got a 500 damage hits or something like that from the E75. And bounced the shot in return because I wasn't paying attention during the game that I played. And this is one of the advantages this tank has. It's so damn low. Well, I can't fire over it myself either. But they can't either. And I get to finish off the E75 there. T124 does poke out. But he doesn't fire at me, he fires at the E100. Oh, there's an M103 there with the E100. Okay. And that's one of the shots that might happen. E75 hit me but didn't do any damage. He seems to have hit one of my sloped or well, one of my armor plates that's too angled, and actually he didn't do any damage with his shot. Chevy got finished off before I was able to put a shot into him. And now there's 3 tanks against me here. And oh, the AT-15 is moving up to me now. And the M103 that was behind me with the E100 is now moving up. E100 died somehow. I don't know how, but well, must be a clear up. Must be something for it to have finished them off. AT-15 now taking shots from the T-57 Heavy. Now I do get blocked by the MT-25 there, but the only damage that T-57 was able to do with the 4 shots he had was on me. The AT-15 didn't lose any health. First shot bounced, second shot ate the tracks. And the third shot ate, went into the tracks of the MT-25. And I had a little bit of a disagreement on which way to go. Again, almost being blocked by the MT-25, but not completely. T-124, well, took some damage from the AT-15. MT-25 though is making a great move here. He's going around again. He saw that the T-124 was turning around, and I didn't really notice it. But tracking him is a good decision. Even though it was a low damage roll, he had to repair his track to face the MT-25, but he's never going to get the E-25 by turning around slowly. Trying to let him take a shot at me. The MT-25, I thought what was he shooting at, but then I saw GW Tiger P is dying. So, well, what the... Okay. I wanted to put a return shot in, but wasn't able to. GW Tiger P finishes off the E75. AT-15 there, and I was able to take a hit more than the AT-15 was, but he was in my way. And that's a fighter ribbon. GW Tiger P not yet reloaded, he still has about 10 seconds to go if I'm correct, but he got finished off before I was able to put a shot in. AMX 1390 moving straight in between our lines. MT-25 though is doing a stupid thing there. He's going straight for the AMX and got finished off before he was able to do anything. I was like, yeah, I'll just wait him out. But he's not stupid, it seems. But I do get to finish off the M103. Say target there. Object 263 was paying attention to what I targeted and finished him off too. Ooh. Object 432. That was quite a dangerous tank actually to be facing, and I can't really back up that Object 263 there. But it seems he's able to manage himself, killing the Object 432 and setting it on fire. And now he says report the Waffen trigger. Well, he has actually made a wise decision, although his next decision isn't really that wise. That dead shot hit though is, well, quite astounding. I didn't really expect to hit him there. And the M103 should have moved away. And that's my Top Gun medal, as you can see to the right. And Waffenträger's last enemy alive, although I'm not able to get a shot into him, as you will see in a moment. I hope you guys have learned a lot about this tank and how to play it, but also that its weaknesses can be exploited to get it into artillery fire. And, well, just shoot the frontal hull armor, because it's only 120mm thick. Goodbye, and I'll see you guys next time.